Time now to turn it over to our own surfer, Sean Quinn, with the weather.
And nowhere near her league by any stretch of the imagination. All right, a little bit of haze out there as we look off toward Montecito and down towards Summerlin, and that's indicative of sort of an indicator that we are definitely getting just a little bit of a sea breeze, even though it is so beautiful and it's been so warm the last several days. And as far as temperatures today across the area, it definitely got warm inland. Look at Santa Barbara, even along the coast. You kind of lost the sea breeze a little bit. 90 Ojai, 101. And then look at this right here. I know I always say the good folks of Paso Robles can handle heat. I think at 108, even again, those good folks there are going to start to get a little impatient with it. The good news is we do expect to see much cooler weather tomorrow. And of course, you could have hopped in the car and ran out to Pismo Beach and really enjoyed much, much cooler weather. Currently, still 103 in Paso Robles, but look at the difference in temperature right there. And that's an easy one for me, even for me. 40 degrees as you go out to Morro Bay. Gaviota, you're kind of playing a little fun right now with that offshore effect. A little bit of wind is coming out of the canyon, and that's why you can see that microclimate there. One of my favorites in California because it's always doing its thing. Whenever you have that little bit of a north wind, you can see even the humidity values are really different, and that's all because the wind comes off the mountains toward the beaches, and you get that little bit of an offshore effect. Now, satellite is very clear across the area, but this is kind of fun to watch, and we talked about Faye on the East Coast, and they're already on their 6th storm in the Atlantic Basin. We over on the West Coast, we're a little bit behind, and this is Christina right here, tropical storm, and there might be something behind it down the route right here. Really no threat to anybody. Maybe Hawaii will have to keep an eye on it. Douglas could be the next one setting up in about maybe 2 to 3 days, so always fun to watch that. Big area of high pressure. We talked about this yesterday, giving us a massive heat wave. I'm sorry the map moved a little bit quicker than I wanted. As it does, it's going to spread the heat wave across much of the lower 48 states. A big chunk of America, the United States, is going to be dealing with this throughout the next couple of days. For us, of course, as that heat shifts a little bit, our inland areas are going to see a little bit of a relief, and that's good news for us. Again, though, much of the country is going to be dealing with this heat wave. Along the coast, though, of course, we deal with the fog, so we're doing much, much better. And the heat advisory, again, expiring tonight for about 8 o'clock for our region. We'll say this, though, as you head just a little bit farther to the east, they'll probably keep the heat issues, at least officially, until about maybe Tuesday or so. We're going to have to wait and see for sure. There's the marine layer as we head into tomorrow morning, and the channel a little bit broken, a little more scattered as you head north of Point Conception and west, a little bit better organized, and that's typical as the marine layer starts to make its sort of triumphant return, a little more solid. And as you head into Monday, look at this, could see some reduced visibilities and the fog really showing up, especially down in Oxnard, and then back up through the channel a little bit less. And that's, again, Gaviota tends to kind of do its own thing with that little bit of an offshore effect in the wind. Temperatures for Monday, look at this, we do see the break in that. Now, I think the computer is getting a little bit more overzealous. Just watch Paso Robles as we go from Monday to Tuesday. Don't think this is going to happen. I'm going to guess more toward the 80s, but you know what? If the computer's wrong, I can always blame it and see what happens. But it looks like we'll definitely cool down. Don't think we'll go that low, though. That looks a little bit too much as far as going into the 70s. Probably more 80s, maybe even low 90s. Patchy AM fog tomorrow, possibly dense, just like we saw today around the region. If you do run into that fog, it could be a little bit hard to negotiate as far as driving, so give yourself extra time and be careful. And there's the temperatures for our northern areas. Patchy beach fog. Again, some relief is expected inland. Should be another great, great day out there on the beaches. Just a little bit cooler here and there, but otherwise a nice one for sure. Surf is a little small. We do have a little bit of Christina energy trying to work its way in, mostly on those beaches that are really exposed to the south. Unfortunately, it looks like we might be going into a little bit of a dry spell surf-wise, but we'll have to wait and see for sure. And there it is, Santa Barbara. Keep the marine layer through the period all the way through the week. We cool a little bit toward midweek, warm slightly as we head toward next weekend, and that's going to be the story for everybody. So really, temperatures only swinging a few degrees in any direction. We'll stop on Santa Maria, and there it is right there. Just a nice week ahead. More marine layer and just mild to warm temperatures. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.